So guys, welcome back. We are 23 days out now, so 3 weeks and 2 days, I think. Yeah, so we're pushing it close now. We've got a refeed going in today, which I'm so happy about because it's the highest refeed, or it's the highest calories I've ever had since start prep. Because we've only got 1 day of refeed this time, just to see how my body responds to the higher carbs in 1 day. So we've got 600 grams of carbs going in, so you'll see all that. I'm just taking physique shots now, hence why I'm half naked, so you'll see the shots on the screen somewhere. Still 159.2 this morning. Yesterday I did get a low weigh-in, but it's a different flooring, so it could have been that. A little bit watery and a little bit flat in them shots, so it'll be exciting to see how the higher carbs in one sitting, or 1 day, one sitting, that'd be nice, will impact the physique. So I might take extra shots tomorrow and put them on here as well, if I get time, so we'll see about that. But that's that. So I'll get dressed, I'll hydrate, and I will catch you guys for meal number 1. So guys, meal number 1, it's not really a meal. So usually on refeeds I have 4 meals, as I've said in the past. Protein's a bit lower to allow the extra carbs, so I only have 180 protein today instead of 230. So what that means is the amount of protein I'm getting per meal is less, and because the carbs are higher, I'm getting more trace proteins, and I count all protein. I want decent boluses of HBV protein. Usually on a refeed I have 4 meals, each with about 45 grams of protein, about 30 grams of which coming from a decent protein source. But because the carbs are a lot higher today, obviously not as high as some of yours, or not as high as I've had in the off season by a mile, but they're a lot higher than what I'm used to at the moment. My carbs today are 600, on a rest day they're 50, on a training day they're 200, so they're a lot higher than they are normally. So what I'm doing is I've got an extra meal, which is just carbs, which I'm having first thing this morning, which is an hour and a half before my actual first meal. So it just allows me to get carbs in my system straight away, allows me to feel better. It allows me to digest less carbs per meal as well, which is good. So this meal is literally as simple as 150 grams of strawberries, a pink lady apple, cinnamon that's sprinkled on but not very well, a single date, and then 4 of them rice cakes as well, which is the best rice cakes in the game. That date is more calories than one of them rice cakes. It's crazy. It's the medjool dates they are now, so they are unbelievable. I would have more of them, but I think it was too much fibre for what I'm used to. And then today I also, as you can probably see in the background, I actually weighed my salt. Now I don't usually weigh salt. I usually have the same number of rinds per meal on my grinder. But because I'm having more carbs today, I'm having more water and therefore more salt just to help shuttle that glycogen to the muscle. I have about 6 grams of salt in there. I counted the amount of grinds I usually have. I think it's usually about 4 grams, so on top of what my normal foods have. So that's about another 2 grams. I'll have another 2 litres of water, like I said. Usually I have about, quite a lot, I usually have about 6 litres of water, about 8 litres of total fluid a day, so it's quite a lot. But my body's just used to that. So today I'll have an extra 1.5 litres to 2 litres. And then here is my health supplements. Vitamin C, just so I don't get ill. A multivitamin, nothing special about it. 3 omega-3s. And vitamin D. 4,000 I use vitamin D, I live in the UK. So that's that really. I have creatine in my intra, and I will have intra today. I'll have 30 grams of cyclodextrin, which I've not had for a while, as you guys know, just because I prefer to eat my food. But again, I'm trying to make it as easy on my digestion as possible today, and not like eat things I'm not used to. So I'll eat this now, I'll go on my walk. I'll be about 5,000 steps to box them off straight away this morning. Probably get a coffee. I'll probably go very, very hypoglycemic because this is just a carb meal, but I'll be eating again in about an hour and a half, like I said. So I'll catch you guys for meal number 2. So that meal went down an absolute treat, as I expected. But now, 25 minutes into my walk, I'm feeling a bit hyper. Our new thing, or my new thing, is that for my morning 5,000-6,000 steps, I won't actually have a coffee before I go. So then what I'll do is I'll walk towards Nero, and that's like halfway through the walk. So it's like a little bit of an incentive to look forward to. So I'll have boxed off 6,000 steps by the time I go back to the car. And I've also had my coffee on the way back, which is nice. And usually I'll have meal 1 to look forward to, but obviously I already had a bit of food. This time I'll have a proper meal to look forward to. But Faye's joined me today. It's not very sunny. But yeah, I'll catch you guys for meal number 2. So like I said in the last clip, what I do now is on my days off work is I try and go for a walk before my coffee, because then it gives me a little bit of motivation to actually look forward to like halfway through my walk. So I'll feel a bit crap in the morning, I'll hydrate, do normal things, and then get 2,500 steps in before I get to the coffee. And then now I feel great because I walk back with the coffee, feeling good. Faye's joined me today, and it's quite nice, but as you can see the weather's horrendous, and I put a bit of like B-roll there. It's still nice, it's not windy, it's just not sunny, whereas recently it has been sunny. I'm not feeling as hypo as I thought. I thought after the coffee and after the carbs with no fat or protein I'd feel horrendous. I feel alright. I feel like I haven't been dieting for very long, whereas yesterday, the day before, I was pretty grumpy, wasn't I? Right? I was a bit pissy, whereas today I don't feel as pissy. So we'll go home now and I'll show you my first proper meal. So guys, we are back for the first proper meal of the day, second food serving. I'll say meal 2 just to make it consistent for the video. But it's the first protein feeding. We've got half a tin of chopped tomatoes as normal, just for the veg sauce. And we've got 2 wraps, both with egg and bacon, one with a hash brown as well, but all the macros are not on the screen. So it's not too high of a calorie meal because we've got another meal in 2 hours, which will be the pre-workout meal. So we're going to quickly wolf this down now. We've got a electrician coming around to fix our, extractor fan in the bathroom. So better wolf this down before he gets here. So I'll catch you guys for meal number 3, which was the pre-workout meal. So guys, that meal has finished. It was very, very nice. The electrician came literally after I finished the tomatoes. I just started the wrap and he came, so I kind of had to like swallow them whole. So obviously I couldn't enjoy them like I wanted to. They were still nice, just couldn't obviously make the most of them. When you're in prep, you really, really just like have a moment with your food every time you eat. So that's that. That was about 2 hours ago now. So I'm already having meal 3 because it's pre-workout, because I'll be training about an hour and a half from now. I want this to be fully digested. So this is literally cream of rice that's cooling, 100 grams, 600 water. I've got to really, really cook mine for it to digest perfect. It was meant to be a bit of oats, but I'm not that hungry and I want to be fully digested. So I've just kind of swapped things around, but you'll see that on the last meal. So it's 100 grams cream of rice. The weight I'm using is ESN, 35 grams. I'll also add, bear with me, cinnamon, flavour drops, and then some of that salt as well. Again, salt is just to help shuttle all these carbs into the muscles. I have to make sure I'm staying hydrated, so I've got another 1.5 litres of water going now. I'll probably have about 6 before I get to the gym at 1 o'clock. Then I've got 30 grams of carbs from my intro as well, which you'll probably see somewhere here. And again, like I said before, I've not had that for a while, so it'll be nice to have a bit of sustaining energy. I'll also have this with 2 rice cakes and a bit of peanut butter, just to slow down digestion a little bit. I don't want to go full hypo in the workout. It's pushing arms on the cars today, because tomorrow I'll be training legs with Finn, as opposed to today. And that's that. So I'll enjoy this now. I might catch you guys on the way to the gym, if not at the gym. So stay tuned. I forgot about the raspberries as well. So here's the final product. It's a lot bigger in real life. And then we've got the peanut butter on one of the rice cakes, and a little bit of salt on there as well. And that's that. So I'll catch you guys after this on the way to the gym. So we're off to the gym, push and arms on the cards today. Like I said, so hopefully them 3 meals have had enough carbs to actually get a nice juicy pump. I've also got a lot of liquid in my pre-workout. That is a scoop and a half of Naughty Boy Sick Pump and a half a scoop of Conviction. The latter being for the caffeine, so about 150 caffeine. Quarter of a scoop of Conviction, sorry. And then a scoop and a half of the pump product. Again, just to facilitate the pump. I've had loads of water today. I think putting the extra salt in my food's made me really thirsty, so I've had about 6 litres, which is good. That pre-workout meal was amazing, but by not having the oats in it, it digests in about 10 minutes, which is good, but it means I'll be hungry mid-workout, but I'm sure I'll get over it. I'm used to it now. And then we'll have our next meal post-workout, which will be about 4 o'clock, and now it's 1:45. So I'm going to enjoy this. I'll probably get some more steps in. On about 8,000 so far, just to box them off early, because I've got cardio and post-workout, and then I'll catch you guys on the way back from the gym or for meal number 4. So that's training done, and like, obviously I've only had 350 carbs so far, so it's not loads, so it's not enough to give me a really good session. I remember in the last refeed video I had a really bad leg session during that session. It was the next day I had like probably the best session of prep, so I'm hoping tomorrow is the good session, because I've got half my carbs I have to have now. But it was still enough carbs to give me like the actual, not energy to perform, but the actual like oomph, the actual like want to be there. So the downside of that is, yes, I train harder, but then by the time I'm done cardio, posing and training, I'm ruined, because I'm giving it a little bit more than I would usually, but I still haven't got the actual carbs to justify it. So training was good, nothing amazing, but it felt much better. Posing was decent. I didn't record anything, but I'll record tomorrow anyway. And then cardio I always dread. Like, I dread it towards the end of training, but then when you actually do it, it's not too bad, especially when you've got a bit more carbs in you. I definitely felt bit more energetic. So whilst I'm here, I thought I might as well talk about my post-workout meal as well, which you'll see as like a B-roll over here. So it's very, very similar. It's not the same as what you saw in the last refeed video. It's that weird curry meal. It's very similar to what I have on a normal day in terms of it's chicken and a carb. It's rice instead of potato, otherwise it's just too much to digest in one sitting. And then I've got a bit of sauce on it. Instead of ketchup and mustard, I've got like curry sauce, which you'll see in the macros here anyway. It's my biggest carb serving of the day. Why? Because I had enough carbs pre-workout, and this meal wouldn't have digested in time anyway. And I want to initiate the recovery process as soon as possible. I want the carbs to be in my system, ensuring recovery as soon as possible. We also know that our mTOR, our ability to uptake glucose, is highest post-workout, so it makes sense to put the carbs there if you have the carbs spare. Towards the end of a deficit like I'm in now on a normal day, it's actually pre-workout that I put most of the carbs just to utilise the energy. So I'll have that meal now. I'm sure it'll be lovely, but that's why I have that meal. So it's the highest carbs as you've seen, and then in about 3 hours, well, 3 hours after that meal, I'll have my last meal, which I'll show you. But otherwise, I'm going to go home and I'm going to really, really enjoy that meal. So I actually almost completely forgot to record this last meal. I've just made it up now, which is here. Some extra bits there. So this is 50 grams of oats, 50 grams of cream of rice, which you'll see here. A bit of 9% dark chocolate, peanut butter, apple. My usual thing, but with more cream of rice. As you've seen by today's full day of eating, being higher carb, all the macros in here as well. It's mainly rice based, and that's because it digests so well. So I've still got fibrous foods in there, I've still got oats in there, I've still got fruit in there, got a bit of bread in there. It's just mainly rice because it digests so well. But at the same time, my goal isn't to get stuffed, it's just to feel decent, but it's mainly just to fill up the muscles as much as possible in one day to see what we can achieve. Either way, digestion has been on point, which is really good. It's best every refeed has been, and that's really good considering it's the highest of food's been in one day. But other than that, that's everything. I'm going to enjoy this now because I've got a lot to do before tomorrow, because I've got to travel to Manchester tomorrow, so I'm about 2 hours away, and I've got to get there for 9 AM to train and so on. So I've got a lot to do to prepare for my normal full day of eating, just foods. But that's that. So as always, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.